When I was 9, my mother took me to my first competitive debating lesson. An adolescent who would grow to have a discourse exchanging obsession. She said you would do many things if you were able to put the status quo in question, so Gelson, if that's your passion, then you have my blessing. I spent years reading up and practicing, my knowledge gradually amassing. I learned how to construct speeches ranging from expression to oppression. My mother said if I learned how to apply my voice in discussions, I would be able to gain attraction to the things I said so I can make a change in action. I see politics like it's a genre of music. Watch our favorite politicians enter rap battles against each other and use it as they debate and drop mixtapes of manifestos into cheering crowds. You hear it loud, them pitching their cases so the people will finally choose them. They weave sweet melodies with breaks in the middle like a heartbeat, bound to the making of a promise, the breaking of a promise, the breaking of a The lyrics melt and cool into molded blades and swords as they resort to personal attacks and they forget what they're debating for. They'll fail to save the poor because they always cater to whoever's paying more for their campaigns, but people will still believe them when they say it's the vulnerable they're aching for. Because in a world so riddled with troubles, people aim to find a silver lining. So I see silver tongues dotting the arena of politics in such a way that one might mistake them for loose change on the ground. Make one wrong vote though, and whoops, you lose change on the ground. Buried beneath the grass, the roots still wait to be found. I see this course like at the stage, and the participants the performers. A centrist center is set for the new generation and age, and the microphones are in the hands of social media platformers. And it's funny because the icons for social media apps are indeed smaller than the phones, therefore really making them microphones. But the applications of such applications are in no way micro. See, voices rise in different pitches. Pitch your opinions to the rest of the world and scour the thread for which person you want to argue with. Picture your ideal world and what you can do to achieve it. Pitched against different people's political perspectives as to what is good for the world to have. Pits of despair solo minorities as people from different ideologies head for voting booths to see who to pick to lead the next nation. See, they pinch their eyes to look Korean and they call it freedom of expression. They line them up with firing squads of negatory terms and call it freedom of speech. They killed him, leaving on its deck, and they called him justice. They victim blamed, sympathized with bigots, and called the call-outs a reach. We reached out for them, like we reached for the skies, but we pulled back mere puffs of mist. Clouded visions of the voices that we want for ourselves, the ones you can barely resist, the ones I don't have to depend on with rhyming just so that it sounds nice enough for you to pretend it exists. So we always talk about what voices are needed for change, but how often do we talk about what voices are needed to change? How many voices are needed to scream just to be faintly heard over the ones specifically designed to drown them out? Gasping for breath with fiery lungs from the stress of screaming so loud, only to be dragged underwater once again where no one will ever find them. This course is a stage, and this is one large circus show, as the first voices we hear in political discourse signal the need for the first signs of change. Thank you very much.